The NASCAR Winston Cup Series hits the Atlanta Motor Speedway on Friday afternoon for first-round qualifying. Catch all the action of the roll for the pole and the top 25 starting spots by watching our live coverage starting at 3 Eastern right here on ESPN2. If form holds true, the Winston Cup drivers may approach the track record at Atlanta this weekend. In fact, it's been a record-setting year in other forms of racing as well, including the NHRA. Gary Scelzi won 9 times a new top fuel record. John Force won his record 10th funny car title. And you could say it was a record-setting year for spectacular crashes and close finishes.
Number 86, he establishes a new all-time win record.
Gary Scelzi, the only driver in the history of Winston drag racing to win 7 NCs.
Unbelievable. I think we'll need an ambulance for my crew because they're probably passed out.
What a day indeed. This is something we've dreamed about for years. This is an absolutely fantastic day for us.
I can drive, but it takes all these people to make it a success, not just me.
It's been a long time since I've been in a winner's circle, but drag racing's humbled me. I won.
I don't know what will.
When I left Brainerd, I wasn't positive that I'd ever race again. But chemotherapy's going well. You know, things are coming right along, and this is the best therapy I could ever have.
Gary, you need to work on that jump. Well, Gary's title run marked the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons that he wound up on top. Force is now the all-time wins leader in NHRA history. Jack Coughlin Jr. came 1 win shy of tying Darrell Alderman's pro stock record of 11 wins in a season. Angel Seeling won her first championship, while Bob Pinella Jr. won his 2nd straight pro stock truck title. House Call is next. Peter Jellin reflects on this year's championship and the one he won with Alan Kulwicki.
The 120 employees at Joe Gibbs Racing, only 3 have ever experienced a NASCAR Winston Cup championship. Included among that group are Joe Gibbs Racing's current truck driver, gas man, and shop mechanic, as well as all-around nice guy, Peter Jellin. And Peter, it's been 2 days since you guys won the title. Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, it sunk in the minute it happened. The first one took a little longer, but this one here was pretty quick, pretty special, so I think I was used to it.
What's the feeling right here? I mean, everyone's sort of walking around with a little bit of a spring in their step. I mean, can you believe what this team has accomplished this year?
Yes and no. Just saw the makings of it happen, so it was destined to happen. Happen as quick? No. Just could see it happening down the road, though.
You mentioned the first championship. We're talking about 1992 with Alan Kulwicki. I'm sure mixed emotions and mixed memories about what happened back then.
Yeah, Allen was been on my mind pretty heavy in the last couple of years. Due that last year we finished second, this year we won it. When Bobby crossed the line, Allen finished second, Bobby finished fourth, so a lot of it was kind of still there. So Allen was kind of shining on us that day, I thought, in my mind, and now I can finally do something I haven't been able to do before, defend the title for Allen, and with the help of Bobby, I hope I can defend it with Bobby and for Allen.
You know, Allen only got to celebrate for about a month and a half, and when we lost him, and you had probably the most difficult chore of anyone at Bristol that day because you had to leave the racetrack.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was Allen's track. We had a lot of success there. Hopefully we'll defend the race title there. Never had to go home from a race, and to go home that way was pretty tough. I heard it on a CB radio. Still didn't believe it until Paul called me the next morning, confirmed it. Got there, still didn't believe it. And then when I saw the people there and the cars running, and then it started to really hit pretty hard.
But you had to climb in that rig, and you made that one salute lap to Allen, and everyone stood and quiet with tears on our face. And when you drove that rig around the racetrack and out, I mean, how did you manage to drive that thing home?
Well, luckily Danny Glad was with me. He's the one that helped me out a bunch, just trying to keep talking to me and kind of keep me focused. Once I left the track, I was pretty okay, but making a lap, I wasn't going to do it. But I thought if I didn't do it, Allen would have been upset at me if I didn't do it. I'm glad I did it now for him. The hardest part was making that left-hander out of or that right-hander out of the racetrack, and probably knowing we're never going to come back to a racetrack, because once we left there, we didn't know our future, didn't know what was going to happen. Really thought it was over with, but Jerry really helped us out in the end.
In 1992, Alan Kowicki had 13 total employees and 6 race cars. This year, Joe Gibbs has 120 employees and 30 race cars. But in your mind, there are a lot of similarities.
Oh, yeah. We work just as hard. The dedication's still there. You still got to have the cars to work on. You still got to have the people to get the cars built and to get the track and work them on the track. Joe and Jimmy and Zippy have really worked hard to get to this level, just like Alan did. He worked hard, and the few people he had, he worked them right. And all the people Joe's got now, he's working them right. So the hard work's there, the dedication's there, just like it was with Alan.
While Jellen's current team wrapped up the Winston Cup Championship with 1 race to go, Jeff Green's crew put the finishing touches on the NASCAR Busch Series title a couple of weeks before season's end. Still, the 2000 season for NASCAR's second most popular touring series provided a number of thrilling moments.
Can is still attached to that car, still attached to the rear of the car. Extra stop for Mark Martin.
He runs second right now. Talking about Mark Martin in the Winn-Dixie Ford.
Oh, and Sprague goes around right in front of Mark, and here comes the 9 car for the lead. Jeff Burton takes the lead.
There's the hand out the window for Jeff Burton, 32 years of age, and his teammate behind him there. Mark Martin will pull up alongside and congratulate him.
I'm not so sure he's going to pull up the side of him and congratulate him.
We come off at turn 2 after the green flag fell there, and you could see it was out of hand. It was like 3 and 4 deep. Nothing the Lance Snacks car couldn't do. Just going to have to go eat some crackers now because our day's over.
I got me a guitar. Yeehaw!
And points leader Jeff Green takes his first win.
It was, of course, an amazing year for Jeff Green and company. In 32 races, he won a total of 6 times, but probably the stat he's most proud of is in the top 5 column. 25 times in 32 races. Green finished in the top 5, and that breaks Sam Ard's record of 24 set back in 1984. Jeff also won more than $1 million through the course of the year. One other note on Jeff, he and his brother David are the only brothers to have ever won Busch Series titles. That's Tuesday's Pep Boys Fast Fact. We'll be right back.
RPM Tonight from the ESPN Zone in Atlanta is brought to you by WorldCom, Generation D.
Wednesday, RPM Tonight comes your way at 6:30 Eastern. Winston Cup star Michael Waltrip will be here to make another big announcement concerning this weekend's race, his brother's final one in Winston Cup. We'll also visit with ARCA champ Frank Kimmel. Plus, we'll take a look at some of the greatest finishes seen on ESPN and Buddy Lazure's drive to the Indy Racing Northern Lights Series Championship. Kmart officials have confirmed that the company would like to get out of its sponsorship agreements next year in both NASCAR and kart. The company just announced a $67 million third quarter loss. Kmart has spent the last 3 years as the primary sponsor of Haas Carter Motorsports and has 2 years remaining on that deal in Winston Cup. 1 more year remains on the contract to sponsor the Newman Haas Champ Car team. Kmart is trying to sell those contracts, but if it can't find buyers, the company will have to buy out both contracts. We'll see you back here at the ESPN Zone in Atlanta Wednesday night at 6:30 Eastern. And don't forget, if you are in the area, come on over to 3030 Peachtree Road and visit with us. We start putting the show together around 4:30 Eastern in the afternoon. See you once again Wednesday night at 6:30. Good night, everybody.
RPM Tonight is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.